All right. Well, it's great to be here in person. My name is Raymond Miles. This is Mark Chubb. We're going to be talking a little about ZT's involvement in OCP and how we've built several solutions out of OCP technologies. First of all, it's just really great to be back in person. You know, I'm looking here and seeing Eugene on my team. I haven't seen him in 20 months, so it's pretty cool. It's kind of a trial run. We're all masked up, trying to figure out the new dance. But anyhow, I'm glad we're here and making the efforts to meet in person. Because as much as we love Teams and Zoom and whatever the other collaboration technologies, nothing beats in person. So it's great to be here. So I'm just going to kind of walk through some of the business value of collaboration with the OCP community and kind of the things that ZT has done in that space. And then Mark's going to walk you through some of the current examples. So just kind of stepping back, some folks might not be too familiar with ZT. We're a private company, and so there's not a lot of external press around us. But we've been in business since 1994, so 27 years, completely focused on the hyperscale business segment. We've literally built the company around it. We have both on the engineering side, a lot of flexibility around design and time to market. And on the supply chain side, tremendous factory capabilities to make adjustments, do quick turns, and ultimately in this day and age, supply chain is everything, right? So being able to manage a very dynamic supply chain is something that we've honed and honestly have done very well, and it's helped us to grow and continue to grow over these last 27 years. So built for hyperscale is our little marketing tagline. Travis used to say thank you. So our engagement with OCP goes pretty much back to the beginning. We had folks at the very first OCP conference at Facebook back in 2011. We officially joined in 2012. I have personally been to every show since then. I don't know if anyone can remember, there was a US-based OCP event that wasn't here in San Jose. Does anyone? And not in Santa Clara. Anyone know where it was?
New York, San Antonio.
It was in New York City, yes. And that was super fun event. Rented out some building in Manhattan. It was really targeted at the financial sector. There was a big focus in the early days on financial sector as part of the OCP community, and that's where it was. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Been to Paris, that was another one. Interesting spot out there. Amsterdam, London, right? It's definitely a global community, and it's been really fun to be part of it. ZT as a company, you can see a number of servers there that we contributed over the years. A lot of that collaboration around the open standards, particularly in the Olympus form factor is what these server types here are mostly based on. And several of these were announced as OCP products. Now, this is kind of a lead into kind of where we are today as a historical example. So when I first came to ZT almost 14 years ago, and ZT as a company at that point, we were literally building products mostly out of channel motherboards, right? And if those of you remember those days, a channel motherboard is, there's a standard from Intel called SSI, which is basically 2-socket PCI footprint, a motherboard. Great. Well, when we'd start engagements with trying to win new customers, we kept getting beat because there was this thing called a Mez card that the OEMs had. And it was just such a pain in the butt because they can get one more PCI slot in the system. We can't do it. Oh, we lose. So it was really struggling. The community came together and developed this OCP Mez card specification. That was a game changer for us. All of a sudden, the open standards were there. The chip providers, the actual NIC providers were all building and supporting this new specification. And for us, we were able to win, right? Now we weren't at a disadvantage. And that collaboration continued. We ended up selling tens of thousands of servers with OCP Mezzes in those early days. And it was because of that openness and the open standards and a standard which we all could participate in that was a huge win for us, right? And ultimately, moved that collaboration to deliver time to market, and the lowering cost of the actual ultimate servers and delivering more value to our customers. So again, something that was a huge win in the early days. And I'm going to hand it over to Mark, and this OCP Mez is continuing, and we continue to do development in that space. So Mark, you want to take it?
Yep.
Yeah, thanks, Raymond. And just to echo Raymond's sentiment, it's really great to be here in person to kind of see all of you. I think you can only take the virtual thing so far, so it's really good to see everybody. So continuing with the OCP Mez, one of the things that ZT contributed was this security latch. So a very simple idea, making use of the existing notches that were put in place on this OCP Mezzanine. We created these rails that are designed into the board, the host processor board, that allow you to slide in the OCP Mez and lock it into place. So what this does is it prevents users from coming up to the front of the system and unintentionally or intentionally hot swapping it out of the system. And so you actually have to take it out of the box and push the latches to pop it out. So what this does is it prevents you having to put any kind of hot plug circuitry or any kind of physical locking bar mechanism in front of it. So you save some cost there. So this can be used in cases where you like in a DC-SCM where security is important, where you don't want to just have someone come up and pull it out of the system. So this is just kind of demonstrating how that works. So this is in the released position here. You just slide the card in like this, then you push down on the tabs there that kind of lock it into place, and then it's secure. And then you just push on the tabs to release it, and you pull it out the front. So anyway, ZT likes to sort of not only use the existing OCP components, but look for ways to improve them. So continuing with the Mezzanine, we have the DC-SCM. So ZT was one of the first providers to build a DC-SCM per the 1.0 spec. And we participated in the spec definition, working with our customers and the OCP community. And we've tested with both AMI-based and OpenBMC-based. And we use this on multiple platforms. So again, I'm showing you there, these are the security notches, the notches that we use for the security latch. So I think you've heard a common theme about modular-based designs. We definitely endorse that. By keeping all of the firmware, the security, all the programmable logic off on a different board allows us to focus on just keeping the hardware and qualifying the hardware, so that we can meet time to market without having the firmware hold us up. Additional collaboration is on the OAM, so the OAM, the Open Accelerator Module. So this was a great idea from the OCP community where the team got together and figured out a way to open up the accelerator market to a broader scale. So this Open Accelerator module allows larger, higher-end AI-based servers to be developed, sort of building on the PCIe card versions. So ZT contributed to the OEM specifications on 1.0 and 1.1. And feeding into the OAI, which is the Open Accelerator Infrastructure, ZT has participated in this work group since 2019. We've built a reference system for this and contributed a lot to the UBB specifications, the Universal Baseboard, and also the host interface board spec. Additionally, we provided the power distribution board and power distribution architecture to the work group. So we are also, it's not here, but on the slide, but we're also working on a new OAI system that we can't announce yet, but it will be coming out mid next year. So we're pretty excited about that. I wish we could show that to you, but unfortunately we can't. So more about that next year. And then also participation in the rack and power OCP work group is the ORV3. So this is a rack that's supporting, based on the V2 that's supporting the shared power bus bar infrastructure with PowerShelf. So it supports phase balancing, common inrush, and common ITIC performance. The nice thing about this generation is it's 50 volt versus 12 volt, which brings a lot of advantages. So you can get higher power density in a 1U shelf, and it's lower current, so you can actually support smaller bus bar clips. And then also, I think more importantly, the no nut and bolt attachments to the bus bar, which can often lead to safety concerns. So you can actually use connectors. And in this, you have pluggable power shelves that can easily be moved around for different rack elevations. And as well, ZT is working with some suppliers on pluggable battery backup unit shelves for in-rack UPS. So again, we're working on these ORV3-based servers to fit in these racks. And we're really excited to see the industry kind of evolving from the original Open Rack specifications. So some other additional collaboration work. So we contributed to a white paper for the OCP hard drive dynamics work, looking at creating an acoustical hard drive surrogate. So these are surrogates that are used in systems so that you can actually mimic the effects of RVI influence on hard drives. So we've worked with the group to help define the different tools and utilities. And also, this is on acoustical hard drive tool, but there also is a structural hard drive tool that the group is working on developing as well. So this is a way to improve the overall quality and compliance and TTM of storage computers. And then additionally, keeping with the storage thing, we've also supported the NVMe hard drive work group. So this is something that's still kind of a ways out, but we're getting an early jump on that. And we're working with the community on defining the power envelope, connectors, pin out, signaling. And we have a POC that we're working on that we're going to be hopefully able to talk about in 2022. So to summarize, again, the server industry as a whole, it's flourished through the collaboration and the components of OCP. This providing a standards-based approach gives us the ability to allow the community to share in these modules, these components, and all of these things to help build servers that make the industry better in terms of time to market, stability, quality. So yeah, really enjoy being part of the OCP community. And this is if you have any questions or need more information. Any questions? All right, thank you. Oh, question? Yeah, you go to the mic.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of system you're building, if you build with Intel, AMD, ARM, and
Yeah, so we actually we build a lot of different systems. So we build with AMD, ARM, Intel. So we build a lot of different systems. I mean, the systems that you're looking at right here are a mix of Intel and AMD, and in fact, an OAM system that's here. So yeah, we support all different processor suppliers, and as well as GPU-based servers, storage-based servers. So I mean, yeah, we cover it all. Okay. Any other questions? All right, thank you.